everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris Orme, and today we're playing some Football Manager 2016 at the start of the new season. So, you can probably see a few bits and pieces here already that mean I don't have to do too much of a catch-up, which is great because, you know, not feeling great. So, you can see from last season, we've still got the same people in the same places. You know, Luis Enrique's top goal scorer, highest average rating, most player of the match awards. Aprile is still our most assists. Jorginho there with the yellow cards and pass completion. So really we're doing quite decently. We got some money in the bank. We don't have much transfer budget left. We have a decent wage budget, though a lot of wage left to spend, more than what we're actually spending. We are 3 out of 3 in the league, and yeah, that's good for us. And we're in the Champions League, so that's the game we're going to focus on today, is going to be the Champions League. You can see our group is not the easiest at all. We picked up Paris Saint-Germain as the, you know, as the second team in our group, which is a bit of a shame. CSK Moscow and Dynamo Kiev, not Dynamo Kiev, sorry. Wow. Bad. It's Dynamo Zagreb in Croatia. Of course it is. So, yeah. I'm not feeling very well. You'll have to forgive me if I sound a little weird, or if there's breaks in the audio or something like that. You'll know why. Right, well, we open up away to Paris Saint-Germain for the opener of the... I mean, that's just tough, isn't it? We get home tie against Moscow, then we go out to Zagreb. We come at home for the Zagreb game, at home to PSG, probably for the group decider right there, see if we can qualify, and it's away to Moscow. I really don't want to need something in that last game. That's going to be a tough one, but we're opening up with that today. We are opening up with that today. In our first 3 games in the league, you can see we beat Torino 2-0. Couple of goals there from Enrique. We beat Sampdoria 3-2 away. 2 goals for Remanage, 1 for Luis Enrique. And a goal apiece there for Matip and Van Riel as we beat Atlanta. Tried not to rotate the squad too much, had to do it a little bit. We are currently suffering from a few injuries, but there are a couple of transfer deals to sort of make you aware of, I believe. So Javier Herrera did come in for 5 million from Boca Juniors. He becomes our first choice goalkeeper. So it doesn't look amazing, but looks good enough. We went for young German left back Hendrik Kammerbar for 250,000. I think he looks very, very good. Right back here with tons of potential, Kingsley Okoye. So if he develops well, maybe Aprile gets sold on for big money if we can't stop him from leaving. And Tony Mertens will come to in a minute because that's on the back of another deal. So a lot of free transfers done at the end of last season. Silvano Luno for 4.5 million. Decent young target man. Didn't think he was going to make it for us, so 4.5 million is a decent pickup there. Probably could have got 10 to 15 if we'd really have pushed. But we don't need to do that right now, and I felt comfortable with the options we had. So we didn't need to buy anyone. Nicola Lili, 2.3 million out to Sampdoria. Again, could have got double that, but it was more clearing him out so Arietta could come in. And also to Sampdoria, Alexandra Pato for 15 million. That's the deal where we made back the money we lost on Lili and Aluno, I believe. So, you know, 22.5 million for the 3 of them, or 22 million for the 3. Pato, Lili, Aluno. I'm very happy with that. Ferrari out for 250,000. He wasn't going to feature. Luis Alberto for 1.5 million. I'm happy with. Visiglia, he's a good young centre-back, but again, we got better options. More developed, youngster, more potential, etc. So getting him out is fine. Chelsea have actually got 2 really good youngsters, though, for not much money. A lot of loan deals. We got rid of Naciao as well, so I've been trying to get rid of for a little while. He's never going to make our first team. And in fact, let's remove that scout report. But you saw there like 2.5 star potential. I don't like keeping track of players in that way once they've left us. Let them develop, and if I need them again, we'll go look at them. A couple of people actually released here as well. Bunch of loan deals out. But one thing I couldn't do was stand in the way of Tyrone Mings. 20.5 million. Add that to all the sundries. We've kind of gained a lot of money this transfer window. So everything else kind of paid for the deals that we've done. Tyrone Mings was pure profit on top. And yeah, Bayern Munich came in for him, which I find a little odd because, you know, they've got David Alaba there. They've got Tuchel as well, who's a good youngster that may be developing. It's not like they really needed him. They got De Sciglio, who can play on both flanks. They got Semedo there on the right flank as well, so they don't need to start De Sciglio at right back if they don't want to. You know, they've got these options, but 20.5 million put Tyrone Mings on the bench for Bayern Munich. Interesting, really interesting. You know, I've got to admire that at some level, I guess. Interesting, but we will see how that plays out. We will see how that one does play out. But I'm happy with the deal. You know, Tyrone did well for us. He was a good left back. He was solid. He was dependable. You know, we paid a lot of money for him. I didn't think we'd get too much more back. I thought maybe 15 would be the high point. 2 good seasons, a better season last season, the season before last, sorry, than last season. But overall, good production, good defensive awareness, good number of assists, I feel there. Almost 1 in 3 from a left back. You know, did his job, was unspectacular, but did his job, did it well. We managed to make a profit on him there. So, hey, who knows? Alaba might get sold, might get injured, and then he might get a chance to start out in Bayern Munich. I don't know. He doesn't look amazing. He's actually, he's actually regressed a little bit, I think. A couple of those were like 14s, and one of these 15s I think was a 16 or something. So maybe the lack of game time's affected. Maybe he's not training well. I'm not sure there. But yeah, interesting. He's still as solid as ever. But that did mean that we needed a left back, and badly. We went and got Kamaboy and Okoye for the future and as backups. But I decided to look around. There were a few options, but nobody I could afford until I came across this young man. Belgium, Anderlecht, 12.5 million. Tony Mertens, he's had 3 caps for Belgium, 1 before joining us, 2 since. He's got good pace, acceleration and stamina, which I like from a wide player. He's got phenomenal mentals for a youngster, which is something I really, really enjoy. And yeah, okay, he's not the best going forward. That's the main thing here. He can't dribble very well or cross. Defensively, he needs some work, but he's good enough, I feel. So 12.5 million brings in Tony Mertens. So that's an 8 million profit, which is pretty much what we bought Tyrone Mings for in the first place. So yeah, I'm fairly happy with that. You know, when you add it all up, it's like Tony Mertens is a free player because Tyrone Mings paid for himself and for Tony Mertens by leaving the club. So all in all, a good deal, a good set of switching out my fullbacks and getting some depth there for the future. I think we're in good position. So I like him. I think that him and Okoye could be the starting fullbacks for the future. But we've really improved the 3 areas I think we needed to, which was right back, left back, goalkeeper this season. We've got rid of some people like Pato, who I wanted to get rid of, and some youngsters that weren't going to make it for decent money. So that puts us in this kind of position when it comes to the squad. You can see, let me get back on screen, please. Game. Wow. So, okay, there we go. So, I don't know why they were all selected, but this is the first team squad. You can see here, we've called up some youngsters again. You can see, you know, Tomic is on the bench. He's not great, but he does have potential. Nathy Bishop, the South African stallion, he could be something. Can that Springbok really spring us into position? I don't know. Spring the offside trap. There's a bunch of puns to be made there. Will he get into the box? You know, yeah, etc., etc. I'm South African born, so nice to see a South African in the team who actually deserves to be here. So I'm interested to see what he can develop into and if he can go forward with us or not. Good option on the bench, probably more than anything else. Then we got Roberto, who I think is starting to turn into a nice little midfielder. Got to give him game time off the bench. Okoye, we just saw £6 million signing. Again, might need some game time, cup games. Acha, who can play left back as well a little bit. He's looking quite decent as well all round. So we got good depth at the back, I feel now. Capizzi, 24, needs to develop. Maybe will only be a bench player for us. Maybe we sell him on. Mastali looks slightly better. But again, 23, he's not hitting where I'd want him to just yet. So he's not forcing me to put him in the team, which is a shame. Ray Minaj actually makes it into the team this season once again. So hopefully we'll see the development of the 22-year-old. Arieta's another 22-year-old with a ton of potential who's in this first team. So happy to see him there. Then we go into Mertens. And, you know, we like him. We know this. Sebastian Viola currently injured for 3 weeks, but again another player who will get some game time off the bench and in rotational games. Then we're up to last season's wonders, Oscar de Brits, who, you know, may be a better option than Mastali now. I don't know. That it's tough for me to give up on someone like Mastali, but de Brits could be a phenomenal player, so we do need to blood him. And Marina, who last season became a sensation towards the end of the season. And, yeah, he still looks ultra scary. On the bench as well, Alexandra Poli, we're probably going to sell him at the end of this season. Nobody came in for him this summer, otherwise he would have already been sold, because I think we've got enough to cover. And it's up to the first team players pretty much. Leandro Paredes, good player, not really developed as well stat-wise as I wanted, but you know, he does play well for us. Big money as well on him, so the right bid comes in. I think he's easier to replace, and I do think that we've already got the youngsters to do it. Same with Gael Kakuta, similar position, 28, probably his last season with us. Barcelona wanted him, didn't come in for the bid, but he's now a rotation player, sits on the bench due to a formation change, which we'll look at a little bit more in a second. Club captain Phil Jones is here though, playing well, developing well. You know, it's going to take something to shift Big Phil from the team. In centre midfield we got Jorginho here, who, yeah, he does the business. You know, good little pickup last season. Hopefully he'll have a big season this year. Salyuchan as well, you know, he's developed a lot in the last off-season. A lot of those 14s became 15. Well, a couple of those 14s became 15s. A couple of 15s became 16s. He looks better. The assistant rates him better. And he's always played fairly well. So we're going to give him a shot this season as well. In defence, Joel Matip. Big, strong. You know, needs some help at the back, but that's what Phil Jones is there for. Matip will be replaced at the end of this season, I think. Maybe Viola gets that spot. Up front, Luis Enrique, out with a bruised head, will miss the away game at Paris Saint-Germain, sadly. He is an absolute superstar, absolutely phenomenal. Doesn't look like much, but we know what he can do, and he's only 21 years of age. Nobody yet come in for him. but it can't be too far off. Aprile as well, a lot of interest in him. He's turned into a phenomenal player as well. And last season's free transfer acquisition, Hugo van Riel, he has ousted Gil Kakuta from the side, and Hugo is a beast who's only going to develop more and become a superstar. 20 years of age, best player at the club. And yeah, I'm very, very happy with how the first team's lining up. Very quickly looking at the rest of the organisation. Not too much in terms of numbers. That's both my under-18s and my under-20s. You can see Kakuta and Capesi are down here as well, playing some games. Ability-wise, you know, Nicola Pache and Aljaz Kucek could be in the first team. They're not quite ready. Del Pozo, Diallo, Bombardi as well, not too far away. More options for the future, maybe. Potentially, though, we're just stacked. We are stacked. You know, Diallo up is absolutely fantastic. Even these guys, Savona, Calabria and Caporali, could be making it. Kushek, I'm not sure on him, to be fair. And then Napoli, Del Rey, Robertson, Anceloni, Valorani and Mashek, I believe, all need to be released now or sold on. So I am looking for new clubs for those guys. So I think we need more youngsters through to fill out those teams, but there's a lot of youngsters in the first team. We need to find a team to play Paris Saint-Germain, so bear with me, guys, and I will be back when I've got that in place. Okay, so it's a young bench that we've got, and that's kind of how I like it. We've got Debritz, Roberto there for midfield, Okoye and Acha in defence. That's a good little option to play those if things are going well. Don't think they are going to be, sadly, but we kind of cover the entire back four there and the midfield areas here. Mustali and Kakuta as well, just in case we need to make some changes. And we could evolve this back into our old formation, which we do still have. There's the 4-2-3-1. So we can easily sort of adapt back into that if we need to. But this season I decided to go two up front, give Raymanage a shot with the 4-3-1-2 that I've become known for. So Admir Marina makes his first start. It's a tired squad. People are on 90 or above. I don't really want to do the other changes that I could. Something like, you know, Jorginho out maybe from a Stali. I don't know if that will work out as well as I'd like. And Kakuta isn't match fit, so I'd rather, you know, play him off the bench for Van Riel rather than sort of changing things up. So, shadow striker for Van Riel. I've had good success in the Arsenal save, so I'm going to try that out. Menage would normally be the target man, but that is, of course, Marina. And, yeah, apart from that, it's my first team. It's only Marina in for the injured Luis Enrique, really. I'm starting to think, yeah, we should probably just change those two, shouldn't we? Really? Yeah, why not? Why not? So Marina will go in as the complete forward then, and Ray Menage will stick as a target man support. This is a big game against Paris Saint-Germain. You can see there, other groups, Kobrevin against Shakhtar. You've got Man City versus Atletico, which is a big game to open up that group. Stir Bucharest versus Porto in Group C with Real Madrid. Arsenal is the big game to kick that one off. Man United, Red Bull, Salzburg, and you got Sevilla versus Bayern Munich, the big-ish game from that group. What am I looking for? Oh yes, group stage. Group stage, all groups. Let's take a look at the other ones then, just to update you. Leverkusen, Galatasaray, Sporting, Celtic, kind of a B-team group that there. Juventus, Dortmund would be big. Zenit and PSV, not an easy group there at all. Lazio, third behind Chelsea and Barcelona, probably there with Bale making up the numbers a little bit. And then Lyon, AC Milan providing tough opposition for Liverpool, and Anderlecht are in that group as well. So let's just get into things. I think we're going to lose this. I don't believe that we can do too much in this group. I think we can finish second. I don't think we can compete with Paris Saint-Germain. Maybe especially not today, but I like our formation. I'm interested to see how it works against the really, really big team here from France. A couple of good options on the bench, but they are not match fit. So we will see what we can do. Hugo van Riel versus Romelu Lukaku, our Arsenal legend in the making. Gareth Bale's joined PSG. Wow, so Bale and Cavani on the wings, Lukaku up front, Ruben Neves and Matteo Verratti in midfield with Blaise Matuidi as the holding player to take out Van Riel. Marquinhos on Menage, Emre Can on Marina. I like that matchup for Marina, I've got to say. And Carvajal and Siva. Which Siva? Surely. Yeah, Jonathan. Okay. So, decent little team, that. Rui Patricio in net, I'm not a big fan of. Sirigu, I think he's a better goalkeeper. Jedvaj, Lucas Moura, Pastore, Di Maria, Moreno and Cavaliero. Not a great bench. Couple of nice players on there, but not as scary as some of the players they got out on the field. Probably the same for us though. And of course our team is weaker across the board than theirs. Okay. So let's kill their front three. That's kind of what I gotta do. Let's do that. Closing down. Let's put those on hard. And show everybody onto their weaker foot. So, is that all I need to do? I think so. That's a good coverage for the team. Calm. With the underdogs. Everybody listens keenly. Calm, have faith. Calm, have faith. Calm, have faith. So, that's all we're going to go with. Players there looking happy. Couple looking motivated. And as you can see, there are more behind that. That's just like the surface reaction. So, you know, Van Riel actually got a huge boost out of that. So did Ray Menage. A good boost for Marina. Smaller boost for Paredes, even though the motivated seems really good at first glance. And Matip and a Prelate really good there. So, that's good for them because those are the two that are going to have to fend off Gareth Bale, at least to start with. Talking of which, before we go too far in, Mertens, Edson Cavani, you go on Gareth Bale. Of course they can switch. That will really mess us up if they did that. And you know, I'm just going to leave the front players as they are. So, Arrieta for us in goals, making his debut. A good, a good back four. Champions League debuts for most of these boys. Phil Jones has been here before. Matip's been here before. Aprile and Mertens on the flanks are new. Paredes, Jorginho, Pauli is a tough midfield, but is it going to be good enough to compete with the midfield three for Paris Saint-Germain? Van Riel, Marina, two youngsters with a lot to prove up front, and Ray Menage working his way back into the first team after a long time on the bench. Here we go. Opening game against Paris Saint-Germain in Paris at the Parc des Princes, probably. I believe that's where they play. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below. But good team, good tie, good test early on. We are not doing great, however, in terms of fitness. So Marina, Mertens there, Paredes. Mertens again doing well. Paredes, Van Riel, Ray Menage. Oh, Emre Can gets the block in there. Menage there not looking the most confident. We will say that. That is noted early on. But good move. Good hustle as well from Tony Mertens. That's what I like to see from my fullbacks. Good hustle, winning that ball, making sure he's playing it to the creative players in field and staying out wide to provide a cross if needed. So, Marina, Menage. Oh, see, that doesn't go where we want it. And they have swapped wings. And Romelu Lukaku there with a couple. Marina, oh, he gets his head to it, but not great. So, first things we really need to do is take out mark specific player. Instead, we're going to mark tighter and close down. Mark tighter, close down. We also want you to stay wide and run wide. Can we... Oops. Stay wide, run wide. Okay, so that's going to be that. We're also going to close down a lot with you, and ooh, that's going to be risky. That's going to be risky. Do we do it? Do we do it? Do we do it? No. No. Jorginho's got a penchant for getting booked anyway. Let's not decide to chuck him in with hard tackling. So, Paulie there. It's headed down. Ray Menage finds Marina wide left. Comes back to Paredes. And oh my God! Andrea Paulie. Did not expect Paulie to be the man in that area, or for that man to be like fighting there. Why we overrun? I don't know why we're overrun. They've got two central midfielders and they've got one defensive midfielder. So we got three central midfielders and a defensive midfielder, an attacking midfielder to match their defensive midfielder. Like, why is that more? Like, our full-backs are strikers. Like, we've got one man over there. We've got one man in midfield there. Like, okay, maybe they're pushing up their full-backs, which help them. But we're not being overrun in midfield. We're being overrun when they attacked on the flanks, maybe, which I expect. But assistant, you know, that's kind of what I'm going to go for. Look at that from Mertens. Jorginho gets it clear, but that's going to come back to them. But Mertens, oh my God. So this is definitely going to go their way, not our way. Oh, Jean Matip. And I believe a prelay there was trying to mess up Gareth Bale there. Finishing and passing have been woeful. Okay. We'll go take a look there, I guess. So we want to exploit the flanks. Come on. Play out of defence, though. And I want to look for the overlap. And let's play slightly higher against them, shall we? Okay, let's try that. Dangerous tactical changes, pushing up the line and sitting back a little bit more on a team like PSG. Especially when they've got a big target man like Lukaku up front. But I think we need it to kind of hold our shape and to stop being dragged all over the place and sort of counter-attacked. So, Marina, you've got a man out wide. Oh my gosh, Admir Marina went for that, and I don't mind that at all. A prelay cuts that out. And those are my fullbacks doing their jobs. Both fullbacks, I feel they're playing fairly well. Maybe not rating-wise, but fairly well. So Jorginho, maybe not playing well. CSK Moscow, destroying Dinamo Zagreb there. Absolutely destroying them. Calm, things are going well, but I know you're capable of better. I know you are. Jorginho, calm. I need you to calm down. You seem a bit weird. You seem a bit weird out there. I don't care if you're demotivated. Ray, I'm not happy with you. Pull your finger out. Rest, I think. Passionate, have faith. And let's just see if that helps. So hopefully that'll kick them on into the second half a little. I think this first half went a lot better than expected. We're holding our shape very well. We're playing quite nicely at times. A couple of dodgy moments where they came in to attack, but I think that we kind of dealt with that fairly well. Gareth Bale, though, gets free, and Cavani at the far post, and that's what we got to worry about. That is what we've got to worry about. So much so... Oh, what do I do? What do I do? How do I do this? I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Yeah. Okay, deep lane playmaker support. Attacking. Yeah. Advanced playmaker support. Ball winning defend for Paulie. Player roles. I need you to start kicking people out wide. And I need you to start kicking people out wide. Okay. Okay. I need the young legs out wide to do that. So Mertens and De Bruyne on that left flank will keep their right wing quiet. Paredes and Aprilia on the right flank hopefully keep that wing quiet. I don't want to play as a stopper. No. Automatic, maybe limited fullback. Probably slightly better for him there with the youngster in front. Marina Manage up front. I mean, Manage has been absolutely woeful. Let's go target man. Attack up front then with Marina. And we'll give Gail Kakuta a run out here with Van Riel. Wow. Absolutely terrible there by me. So Hugo Van Riel can stay as a shadow striker, I believe, for now. An advanced playmaker attack for Kakuta. Let's try and find a bit more in and around the box. Let Marina go wide and actually pick up some more space. We're in the Christmas tree. You gotta love the Christmas tree. Roam, move into channels. Excellent. So let's get those two on. Oscar De Bruyne and Gael Kakuta. We don't have options up front, sadly, on the bench. There weren't any fit or any youngsters that I felt comfortable with. Let's hope this gives us a bit more in terms of depth in that midfield area. We can condense the play, maybe stop them for attacking so much, especially on the counter-attack. I'm going to go back on attacking and structured to try and see if we can't get things a bit more sort of defensively sound, but also moving that ball forward, keeping it away from our net. So if we just close out this game, I'd be happy. They are attacking. And here is Oscar De Bruyne, the young legs I talked about. To Kakuta, Marina there. Not going to get that ball. Oh my gosh, they got that far too easily. And there's Hugo Van Riel. Paredes to Paulie. De Bruyne back to Paulie. Ping it to left back. No, that's right back. It got there. Aprile Marina. Ooh. It's a little bit dodgy. It is a little bit dodgy, but it is kind of working. And now with the tiredness in hand, there's Phil Jones nicely cleaned up. Oh, Marina. Unlucky. Unlucky. I like him shooting from distance. He's keeping us, moving in the right direction. He's keeping them honest. I think it's time for my third sub, which is just on tiredness. That is going to be Leandro Paredes, and that is going to be an interesting choice. Do I go Mastali in this? Do I go with Mustali? Not great positioning. Good physicals, though. Or do I move in here with a hard-working teamwork stamina of Roberto? Or do I go in here with Mustali? I think I go with Roberto. For Paredes. It's a tired back four. It is a tired back four. Wing back defend then. Limited defender defend. Central defender defend. Limited fullback defend. I like that. Deep line playmaker. I'm going to say defend. Central midfielder support. Can I keep him back a little more? Oh, sod it. Attacking midfield. I need to be keeping going forward. I do need to keep going forward. Shadow striker, or do I want to play as an attacking midfielder? Okay, attacking midfielder support there. Advanced playmaker attack. Target man. No, I don't know. Do we go attack or not? This video is getting on a bit, but these decisions matter because we've got a chance to get a result in Paris. I think we've got to go attack. We've got to keep pushing that line forward. So, confused and demotivated. Yeah, okay. Wrong team talk. But at the moment, I think that we're okay. In general. Goodbye, Phil Jones. Oh my god. Oh, Marina. Oh, that could have been it. Oh, don't book him, please. Oh, Mertens has been booked. Matip's really tired as well in that back line. The last 15 minutes, we are going to be in trouble here, maybe. Matuidi off for Moreno. Didn't see the other one there. It looked like Ting Edvard. Really? Emre Can moves up into defensive midfield. Okay, so Tin always and hard on you because you're now the fullback. Moreno, we don't do anything against you. I'm very happy to see you there like that though. And hard tackling on Emre Can because he's the defensive midfielder. Don't need to close him down. I don't believe so. They're going to hold their shape, which I'm glad for because I think we've coped fairly well with it. We've kept a very, very good team quiet. And now we're getting tired. We're dipping below that 65 where our performance actually suffers. Angel Di Maria. He's not going to play up front, surely. No, he's out on the left and Cavani up front as expected. Okay. They can still rotate the front three. But, yeah. CSKA Moscow 5-1 up against Dinamo Zagreb. Ruben Neves, book him as well. Come on, ref. You booked Mertens. You should book him. Matip into the 50s. Mertens into the low 60s. Okay. Touchline talk. Assertively. Concentrate. I'm going to tell them to concentrate. Last 2 minutes now. Let's step things up. I'm going to go defensive. I'm going to go very fluid. No. Just fluid. We're going to jump up to fluid. We're going to exploit the... shoot on sight. Pump ball into box. We're going to sit there a little bit more. Use tighter marking. Get stuck in. Oh, that might give them free kicks. No, stay on your feet. More disciplines. Whip those crosses in. Their tempo much lower. Waste some time. Okay. Let's not let them have it, but let's try and just close out this game. Let them have the ball, but not in a dangerous area. Can we get out of this one with a draw? There it is. A good result for us. Unlucky that we didn't pick up the win, but I'm happy that Marina didn't play well. Calm. Unlucky tonight. Unlucky tonight. You, not pleased with that. That was absolutely poor. In fact, I'm just gonna... not happy. Not happy. Let's get them all fired up, because we could have won that game, and maybe should have. Maybe should have. We went up early. We kind of got pegged back there on the counter-attack, and we open up with a draw. That is not a bad result here away at PSG. If we can get something similar, maybe a win at home against them, we could take the group. So there we are, guys. A bit of a long video there, because I had to be kind of adjusting the tactics bit by bit. But with a tired team, with options limited in terms of our bench and what we could do and how we could affect the game and formation, with underperforming front strikers, okay, Marina shot a lot from distance, which is what I asked him to do. He did look fairly dangerous doing it. Maybe it would have been better just running with the ball into the box, but I really don't feel that we would have got too much out of their defence, especially with only one man up front towards the end of the game. So we closed it out. We got a win. Decent performance from the defence, from the midfield. Jorginho, Minaj, Marina disappoint me. But overall, it's a good result. I'm fairly happy with that. So we're off to a good start in the Champions League. A draw away from home against a very, very tough team. We didn't have Luis Enrique playing. Could be big times. Need to rest these players 5 days before Fiorentina. So all these guys get 3 days off. All these guys get 2 days off. 1 for the match, 1 to recover. And there it is, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. Thanks for staying with us. Hope you come back next time for some more Football Manager 2016. Take care.